When you remove layers, simplicity and speed happens. Ginni Rometty. My friends, that's why we have over years honed our charts down to something that the old-time traders would be proud of. And of course, what do we have? We've got simple charts, Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. We have volume. We have average volume, the black line that runs horizontally. And of course, we have trend lines, just what Jesse Livermore would like to see. Let's jump into these charts. By the way, that's who my latest book is dedicated to, one of the most famous traders of all times. You can have that book if you become a Patreon member at any of the 3 levels. That's the first thing you'll get, in addition to the 3-part series, Options Made Simple, The Charting Wealth Way. We see everything is up for the day except gold. Let's jump first into the S&P 500. You can see we've not reached the high of last week yet. We have very weak volume, weak on the 2-day. And remember, this 2-day candle represents Tuesday and Wednesday now. So it's finished drawing. Hasn't hit the high of that previous Friday, Monday candle. And you can see where things have been lackadaisical over the last few days. Nonetheless, where does that lead us? Well, here's what our analysis is showing. The 195-minute chart shows a potential for continuation of the uptrend with support at $556 and resistance at $566. We're at $561.15 as we close today. Our analysis and our trade execution summary grid, and remember, you don't have to write this stuff down. If you go to chartingwealth.com and sign up for free, you'll get the email every day, and the grid is on that email, but that's the only way you get it. And again, we don't sell or spam that list, but we'd love to have you on it. Now, 75% directional probability of a continued up movement over what? The next 5+ days. The entry point is right around where we are now, about 50 cents higher at 561.62. We see about a 5-point move like we just told you. We've got resistance at the previous high of 566.66, and that's a 70% back test accuracy. Let's move on to the NASDAQ. Same thing with the NASDAQ. Haven't hit the high of last week yet. Volume has been decreasing going into the 3rd week now. We had a better volume over the last 2 days. Remember, it's not negative volume. It just means we opened lower than the prior close. But you can see here we haven't hit that prior high, far from it. And you can see, similar to the S&P, as the NASDAQ has slid along slowly, it is up a little bit for the day, 0.39%. Gives us, as we look at, well, let me give you this. Support is at 476.80. Resistance, 489.03. We're at 483.30 right now. And the 195-minute chart suggests a continuation of the uptrend. And again, our directional probability is 70%. See about a $5.60 move, 68% backtest accuracy. Not the best of numbers, but if you see green candles start being thrown down with decent volume on the half-day chart, that's where you can expect to run into some resistance as things move up toward that prior high. Now, where are we with 20-year U.S. government bonds? We still have a downward probability there. That's at 65%, about a 60% backtest accuracy. The best you can do there is toss a coin. I ain't going to be betting on that one. Up for the day, 0.42%. You can see where things bottomed out there in the morning on Wednesday. Slowly started turning around. Not Wednesday, Tuesday morning. Slowly started turning around on Wednesday. Hasn't crossed that very weak, crappy trend line. So again, don't know where we're going on 20-year U.S. government bonds. You know what? That's okay. That just means we hang on. We don't throw money in our practice trades into that, and we let the market tell us at some point, which it will, what's happening. Now, what's up with gold? We can see where gold had this nice trend line that it broke this week. It is down for the day 1.50%. See, that latest 2-day candle is a green up candle. That down movement happened over the course of today after Phenomenal up movement Monday and Tuesday. Of course, you can expect some profit taking and some pullback. Where does that leave us? Still with an 80% upward probability over the next 5 days. We see the entry point somewhere around the 309.95. It's at 310.75 right now. About a $5.67 movement, 75% back test accuracy. Let me tell you what we see regarding price action. We see support at 310.08 with resistance at 315.62. That's about $5 higher than it is now. The 195-minute chart suggests continued upward momentum, and we shall keep our eye on things, but just look here and see the volume is light. Volume was decent in the afternoon. It finally hit average, which has been steadily going down as volume has been decreasing on these bigger charts. That's in the afternoon on the half-day chart. So that is where we are on gold. Again, expected to continue to move up over the next 5 days. And again, got about $5.67 of movement available there. Now, what's up with HODL? It's up for the day 1.30%. You can see as things were bumping up nicely over the prior 2 weeks, slowed down this week. Volume not so high on the weekly and the half day. Weekly and the 2-day, half day. Well, let's zoom in on that because that is very hard to see. Yeah, it's below average there too. But you can see where things bumped up in the morning, pulled back some in the afternoon. What is up with Bitcoin? Well, I can tell you that we've got a 70% upward probability over the next 5+ days. We've got about a 65% back test accuracy. None of that gets me really excited about where things are going on Bitcoin. Our price action analysis shows that we have support at 27.08. We closed the day at 27.21 and resistance at around the 27.59 mark. There's not a lot of movement there for us to really be jumping into. So again, want to see Bitcoin set up for something nicer than it is right now. That is where we are, folks, as we end the day on Wednesday, go into Thursday. Thank you so much for being with us. We always love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. You have questions, problems, concerns, reach out to us. God bless, my friends. All the best from Charting Wealth.